stone unturned when searching for ways to clean our valley's air and protect public health. For a list of ideas on how you can help, visit healthyairliving.com. That's healthyairliving.com. This has been your Healthy Air Living Report from the Valley Air District.
My name is Miriam and I am the voice of Stockton.
Stocktonians us for another exciting episode of Tales and Tips. Today we're going to be talking about March of Dimes, and I am so fortunate to have with me Phoenicia and Neves, who are two members of the committee for the March of Dimes Signature Chef event that is coming up next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, October 4th. And I'm going to have both of you take it away and just talk about the event and your involvement with the event.
Okay, well, like I said, our March of Dimes Signature Chef Auction is coming up October 4th here next week. Starts at 5:30 down at the Stockton Civic Auditorium in our wonderful downtown.
Celebrate downtown.
Yeah, I love downtown.
So we raise money for the March of Dimes here in Joaquin County. Goes towards helping families that have premature births and premature babies. And the one key stat that people don't really realize is that Stockton has the highest rate of premature births in the state of California.
Wow.
Per capita.
I didn't know that.
So definitely, if there is a city and a region that needs March of Dimes, it would be Stockton and San Joaquin County. And so that's why it's, we're here to help and promote the chef auction to be able to help those families that are in need.
Awesome. And how much are tickets, and what does the chef mean? Tell us about the chef auction.
Well, could I piggyback on what he had said really quick?
Definitely.
I just want to let you know, like, my personal experience too with the March of Dimes. It does do all of what he had said, but it also helps, like, a mother like me. When my daughter was born, she had to go into the NICU for 5 days, and they just help me walk through the process, be calm, and you have to go in that NICU room and you see all the other little babies who need a little bit more help than a 5-day period. So I guess I'm just trying to say that I experience the NICU and the nurses and what they've done for us, because it's very scary leaving your child or your firstborn baby, not going home with the baby. It's emotional.
That's very scary.
Yeah, it is very scary. When you don't hear the baby cry right away and you're like anticipating it, because that's what, the way it goes. You have a baby, spank it and cries. And so anyways.
So you have a very personal connection.
I do. And what's so funny is I didn't realize it, because I joined the March of Dimes because I was asked to. And I was actually flattered to be asked to be a part of it. And what happened is 3 years later, the growth, just went through, and I'm like, oh, hello, I experienced the NICU. I've seen what it's like behind the scenes and what the nurses do and what the doctors do. And when you're in there holding your baby and you don't want to put the baby down, and yeah.
Well, and that's powerful, because just what you said right now and what Lee said also really emphasizes how important the March of Dimes is in our community and how important the Signature Chef event is, because it's a huge income generator so that March of Dimes can do the work that they're doing.
Yeah, we try. We'd like to see it be a huge generator, that's for sure, to remain strong.
When I was there last year, it was amazing. It was honestly the biggest fundraiser that I've attended, and the amounts of money that you were able to have people donate through the huge generosity of our community was phenomenal, and all of those dollars are so important. They're put to really good use.
And actually 76 cents of the dollar goes towards the mission. Whatever that mission is, I don't know where it's at, but
Lee will come back.
Yeah.
He'll come back with the mission.
Sorry.
So that's okay. Did you want to talk about and describe the chef event?
Why don't you go ahead and do that?
I will describe the chef event. So basically what we have is X amount of chefs from here in the area, be it Reba Barquette down at
Bella
Vista.
She's a friend of mine.
I love Rima.
Shout out to Rima.
I don't love her. I respect her. That's
Be it them or, for those with Sweet Tooth, Nicole Helmhout with Three Little Birds, cakes, cupcakes, and other stuff that'll give you diabetes. Just kidding. But it's so you have a variety of chefs there with a large variety of kind of menu options.
And amazing menu options.
Amazing menu
the
options.
Best food you've ever tasted.
Yes,
options.
just different. You've got.
they bring the heat.
You have
Yes.
Italian, American, Thai, Mexican. I mean, you name it. It's every type of cuisine is there, along with participating wineries that are like Riazza, Intercoastal Wines, Scotto
Michael
Wine and
David's.
Cider, Michael David. So you have a variety of wineries with these chefs, and you basically get to go around and taste everything they got. So your belly is full by the end of the evening, for
and
sure.
it's great because it's also an opportunity to promote a lot of local businesses. So that's a win-win too.
So I also want to piggyback on what he said. We also have breweries like Channel Brew, and they're
Awesome.
downtown. Yes, Cast Iron, and they're downtown, and Deliberation. So
Perfect.
it is. It's really actually cool because all four of us got together to create a package, and it was fun because you see everybody wanting to work together, the community
awesome.
together. Yeah, and I like it.
And supporting the community and once again
By choice.
Yes, by choice, and it's just a really positive event, which is part of why I wanted you here today, because it's amazing. When I attended it last year, the food was amazing, and there was such an energy in the room of people determined to make a difference in Stockton. And to me, that was fabulous.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Because you also volunteered, so you really got to see.
I had to help
Who's-
set up
Mhm,
and check
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Check-in was a little crazy. I've never seen 10 or 12 lines of check-in at the same time, and that's just because of how many people come to this event because of the reputation that it has.
Yeah, we have some big shoes.
We do.
So, yeah.
What year is this for the event?
Oh man.
This is the 6th year.
yeah.
6th year.
And how many years have you been on the committee?
3.
3. And you're the chair of the
I am,
committee.
and I was super flattered to be asked. I was like, wow, this is a big opportunity for me, and I could not pass it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity to help others in the community. It's awesome. And Lee, how many years is this for you on the
I
committee?
have been on 3 also.
Awesome.
So this is my,
Excellent.
This is my 3rd year of
And he was the chair for
the March for Babies this past April.
Wonderful.
So, yeah,
Good.
it was.
So some of your committee members do participate in more than just the chef auction.
Yes.
Wonderful.
yes.
And let's come back in a few minutes and we'll talk about the March for Babies, because again, we want to highlight as much as we can that March of Dimes does and just really celebrate them as an important entity in our community.
Well, that's for sure,
Yeah.
because all of the last 2 years, our ambassador families are from Stockton. Miguel's daughter-in-law, forgive me, I don't know her name, but her daughter, oh, you met her at the party, at the VIP party.
She's at the VIP.
Yeah, she's a Stockton baby. And then,
So cute.
Yeah.
Aria, Avia, something, it's close
Oh,
to that. I have a
goodness.
picture of her with
Aaliyah.
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 Okay, we came up with it together. Yeah, I have a picture of her with Maria.
Yeah.
So cute at
Yes.
the party.
yeah, so that's what I like to see, is how we're really working together.
And it's full circle.
Like all of us. It's not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just connecting
Full
nicely.
circle.
And it has been so much fun going to Tim Ulmer's, meeting the chefs. I have spent a lot of quality time with Tim, getting to know the community too. If you've ever been in his studio, you see all of those pictures with the historical,
He's
downtown.
amazing. He's amazing.
Yes.
He was an honored Stocktonian. He was a
Yes.
featured Stocktonian of the year a couple of years ago, and he's out at everything.
Full of knowledge.
Yes.
That man.
not only knowledge but compassion to make a difference. I don't know if you're aware, he does his own diaper drive, and will do other drives to help people in need in our community, and it's amazing. And he takes pictures at every event you can possibly think of, again, to highlight awesome things going on in our community. So we should give a shout out to Tim Ulmer.
Let's do it. What up, Tim? Feel the love.
So do you each year try and expand it to have more chefs and new and different food options or drink options?
I feel like this year last year we were at the Stockton Arena, and this year we're at the Stockton Civic Center. Civic Auditorium, we wanted to give it a more intimate feel. I mean, we loved the Stockton Arena, but it's cavernous, and for an event like this, you really want to have a more intimate, kind of get to know the chefs better, get to know the people in the table next to you better, and kind of one big feeling of family. And so that's why we decided to go ahead and make the move. Obviously, with moving to a more intimate setting, you're not going to have as much room for as many chefs. But that being said,
it makes it easier on the chefs.
Quality over quantity.
Yes,
quality
exactly.
And that's excellent.
And
that's
the chefs are happy. I mean, I've met with all but 2, and they are all very happy.
Awesome.
And that is key.
That's huge, because they're going to be interacting with the guests.
And everything that they give.
A lot of guests.
They give a lot. And just because you own a restaurant, it does not make you full of wealth. So for them to give, and then to get an auction package, that's very, yes it is. It's a very big deal, and we appreciate what they are doing.
How much are tickets, and how can people buy tickets?
Tickets are $150 a person. Tables are $1,200 per table of 10. Table of eight. Sorry, my bad. So for people to purchase tickets, I believe we have the information here somewhere.
Let's just do Kelly.
Yes. If you want to purchase tickets, you can get a hold of our senior development manager here for the area, Kelly. And you could give her a ring at 209-679-2533. Or you can email Suzette Martin at smartin@marchofdimes.org.
All right, excellent. And is there a street address for our local office for March of Dimes as well?
It's the local one for San Joaquin County is down in Modesto.
Okay.
So definitely the one up here is very much an all volunteer driven, and it's people who it's a cause that's near and dear to their heart, and they put their time and effort into it.
Awesome. So Lee, Phoenicia shared with us a very personal story about how March of Dimes has been important in her life. What drives you to participate and help with this event and other events for March of Dimes?
I just think it's giving back to the community of Stockton. I mean, this is a community that has given me so much. I came to undergrad here at UOP, and first generation. Parents came over from Portugal after they got married and lived down in the southern part of the valley. And it's, if you're Portuguese and you live in the valley, life is destined to either be making cheese or milking cows. And here you have this school in this city that took a chance on a little dude from Hillmar, California, and really had me grow as a person, as an adult, as a citizen.
Awesome. And you're wearing the hat.
And I'm wearing the hat.
Go Tigers.
Wearing the hat. Always got something orange on. But it's my desire to give back to our community. When you have a place that is so giving and is giving you so much and has accepted you with open arms, it's the right thing to do is to give back in whichever way you can. And to me, March of Dimes is one of the best ways you can give back here to the community of Stockton.
Awesome. Excellent. Very well said. All right.
Touché.
Okay, so let's go back and talk about some of the specific mission statements. I know you talked about premature births for babies in our community, and that our city and county has the highest rate. How are some of the ways that March of Dimes gives support? I know you mentioned that you had some emotional support Is there financial support? What are they doing? What do they?
Well, it's the support runs the gamut from advocacy to emotional support for families and mothers, to research support, to ensure that we prevent birth defects.
Awesome.
And try to prevent as many premature births as possible, and lower the rate of infant mortality. And there's a great need for funded research in all those areas, and that's what March of Dimes helps out with.
Right.
To the people that are way smarter than I, that know how to deal, are experts in these fields, being able to be funded to work to find a cure for preventing birth defects, or find a way that prevents premature births.
Right.
And that's that is one of the ways that they help. I mean, in a perfect world, there would be a time where March of Dimes was not needed. I think that's what we all strive for. We strive for the day that every baby is going to be healthy and it's not going to be born premature or with a birth defect. Will we ever get there? But that's something we strive for, and that's something the March of Dimes helps out with.
Wonderful. And are there things that a pregnant woman can do to help to decrease the chance of having a premature birth?
Hey, you're the one who had children, not me.
I don't think anybody could answer that honestly, no, because I think healthy women, things happen. Things happen to the mother after she gives birth. So I think that's a really tough question to try to even.
Okay. Well, and
for me,
and to me, advice that I've always heard people say is to make sure you have healthy wellness visits with your doctor, that you're taking
vitamins,
prenatal vitamins, good nutrition. But I think your point is very valid, that even someone that you would perceive as very healthy can have a premature birth.
So my sister-in-law, actually, my niece, was premature 3 months.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was
early.
in Lodi, and what the NICU does is it keeps the baby growing too. It's it's not preventing anything but growth. It's helping nurture and getting the baby on track out of the belly, which is really quite remarkable when you think about it.
Well,
and my sister-in-law was not unhealthy. She a good woman. So that's why
So anyone can be affected, and at that young age, lungs are not developed, and so we might be on a respirator for a while and need lots of monitoring temperature. We might not have the ability to stabilize body temperature. So
right, exactly.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. And if it wasn't for the March of Dimes and their assistance, a lot of these babies would die.
So what's so cool about the March of Dimes too is the history behind it. It didn't just pop up.
No.
Because of Stockton. I think it started in the 1800s. I think.
Wow.
I believe so. I don't know why I'm getting 1823, but
okay,
a long history. And it used to be the who's who event for people to go to back in the day.
Wow.
It's just, I don't know, it's interesting. I like the historical part.
Do you know where it started? Did it start in New York? Did it start in...
I don't know.
The precursor to the March of Dimes started back in the 1800s in New York, dealing with the major medical centers back there. The modern March of Dimes was actually created by presidential decree.
Oh, wow.
By Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1938, who
and that makes sense with other things that he
yes,
did.
as we all know, polio and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that was the original main focus of the modern March of Dimes. Children with polio, and then once polio got eradicated, then we're gonna, there are other things that are needed, premature births and other birth defects and whatnot. But that, the impetus for the March of Dimes started way back in the 1800s, and in those medical centers in New York and Philadelphia and Boston, and then has evolved throughout the years.
Awesome. All right. Did you want to talk about the walk that you mentioned earlier?
Yes. So every spring, sometimes March, sometimes April, there is a March for Babies, which is under the umbrella of the March of Dimes. And what it is that teams, different organizations, be it a business
Kmart.
or, yeah, it's
Stockton Unified School
yeah,
District.
Stockton Unified does.
Stockton.
And
Mm-hmm.
San Joaquin County Office of Education always has one. All the different hospitals usually have a team, and they raise money through basically a walkathon. It's a one day.
Yeah.
In the morning, we serve everyone breakfast. Not the bacon and eggs version, but the
Bananas.
healthy, bananas,
Healthy
yogurt.
version.
Yes,
Probably
the healthy
some
version.
granola bars.
The healthy version.
Juice.
Yeah.
And it's always held over at Caldwell Park here on the Miracle Mile, and everyone on the team walks a predetermined route, and it's a great fundraiser. It is for the March of Dimes, and also a great way to build kind of team camaraderie with your teammates, that fellow team members that sign up to participate in the March for Babies.
And what is that distance, and what if you are just one person that wants to walk?
If you're one person that wants to walk, you're more than welcome
Yeah.
to join in.
Yes.
Distance, I believe, is, I want to say it's a 2-mile walk,
think so.
Okay, so it's not that far.
miles.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to have
More
a team.
fun.
Of course, it's
Yeah.
more fun as a team.
It's
But
not
we
the,
want to be
it's,
inclusive.
yeah.
If people aren't on a team, we
With
want
your
them to be able
radio.
to participate. All right, that's awesome. And does March of Dimes receive funding from the government as well? How are
it is all private donations.
all private donations?
It's all privately
so that's
funded,
amazing.
yeah.
That's a huge amount of work to do without federal or state assistance. So we mentioned the chef signature auction. We've mentioned the March. How else do you fundraise? Do you have a newsletter?
No, those are our two main fundraisers throughout the throughout the year. It's we focus on those two,
Okay.
to try to bring as much of the community together as possible, and also to kind of respect the fact that everyone always gets hit up for a donation for this or that or this.
You learn that a lot in the year
I
when
can
you
relate to
are
that.
meeting people and talking to them about sponsorship, which it's not always comfortable because they get bombarded.
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes more than just, hey, do you want to donate? They have to know you. It just works like that. You have
The
to build
personal
a
connection makes a difference. Definitely.
And I also hope that it's because they believe
An emotional
in the,
connection.
Like I'm hoping that's but it's
Well,
a
and
lot of
that's-
relationship based.
That's why your story is very powerful, because you are talking from your own experience about how important March of Dimes is in our community. And, in Stockton, you hear so much negative, and that's part of why I love the Voice of Stockton and this show, because it's an opportunity to highlight the multiple organizations and people who are changing lives. And yes, there's you could spend huge amounts of money trying to donate and participate with every organization, and I just encourage people, if they're looking for an organization to donate to, whether it's money, time, goods, anything like that, to find an organization that speaks to your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Bottom line.
yes, that speaks to your heart, and that you feel that your dollars are going to be well spent and you're going to be making a difference. And we have so many of them in our community. We really are so fortunate. And March of Dimes is just one of those that we can celebrate, because they're changing lives, they're saving lives.
And we've had I've seen loyalty to the cause, not to me, but to the cause. And I just get so pumped up about that, because I'm like, oh, people believe in it. For example, Ford. Steve Kubitz is an amazing man. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. But getting to know him, he's such a good guy. And
Awesome.
if you could assume you know somebody if you're friends with them on Facebook, but if you don't talk face to face, you really don't know them. You could assume, but getting to know him has been so much fun. And who else? Lavoti, Scotty, and JD. Those gentlemen are quite comical. Gotta love them though. And Premier Staffing. Shannon from Central Valley Printing, and Jeff Wright. I really want to give a big shout out to him. He works for the Civic Auditorium, and he's been helping us.
Awesome.
And he's just so encouraging. Like he's just amazing to work with. So I've been having fun, a lot of fun.
That's amazing, because I know how much work it is to chair an event, and you seem so relaxed. And it's only a little more than a week from today.
Yeah.
And you're just
Don't
amazing.
even have my dress.
You're just amazing. The event that you had last week for the
VIP
sponsors
party,
was phenomenal. And you can talk about that if you'd
Sure.
like. And then I'd like you to come back and talk about what has made you decide that you're going to participate just in this event versus being a board member. You shared something very personal with me earlier, and I'd like you to talk about that also.
Okay. So start from the top?
Yeah, so start from the top.
What's the top? I forgot.
All right. So just talk about why you've chosen to chair this event versus being on the board.
Well, to be honest, I wanted to chair the garden fair.
Oh, the garden fair.
Yeah, I used to be on the auxiliary for 8
Okay.
years, and I wanted to chair that, and it didn't work out. And I took a sabbatical from the auxiliary, and when I got invited to join the March of Dimes, I was really happy. And then I was actually led to believe that to be a chair, you had to own a business or run a company, and so I never thought that I would be able to chair this. So last year, when I was asked if I would want to chair, and I had the support of the committee, I was like, what can I lose, right? And I can only gain.
And you're a perfect person to chair this event. You really are.
Oh, thank you.
And you're so active with March of Dimes and the community in general, and you have so much energy. The fact that you are excited and it's a week out and you're not, you're calm and you just
I
go
feel
forward.
good. Like,
So
it's
that's
just
awesome.
so weird because it's like the VIP party. It was so much fun and so relaxing, and everybody was happy. Everybody, the gentleman with the cars, Joey Cafessi, who helped with parking. I mean, he got tipped $5 and he was excited about it. He told me that, and I just thought, oh my gosh, this is what I'm about.
And that was a beautiful location to have that.
Oh, Max
that
and Sandy
events.
Freeman's, yes.
Yes, we should give them a shout out.
Yes, thank you, Max and Sandy Freeman.
For welcoming everyone into their home, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. We missed Lee.
I was
Our
working.
main guy was gone.
I was working.
But you were missed. It's not the same without him. We've been working together for 2 years, so when you kind of create a bond, it's not the same when he's not around.
Well, and it's celebrating an event that you guys have worked on together.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. So.
All right, and then I know you also wanted to talk about Live 209, and you're
did.
wearing their shirt.
I did. I wanted everybody to know that. I don't know if they were aware of this, but 100% of the proceeds goes to women and children in need, but in Stockton. I actually talked to Rima before I came on this morning just to make sure. But San Joaquin, that's what she said, women and children in need of San Joaquin. And these shirts can be purchased at Bella Vista, Zoosters, and Blackbird.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Proud to be wearing it.
Excellent. And to me, we should support any organization that's helping others. Let's take one quick step back because I didn't ask you about a website or a Facebook page for March of Dimes.
Well, I know for there is the regular March of Dimes website, marchofdimes.org, that you could go on there and navigate through and find out where your local March of Dimes chapter is, to get more involved. Facebook wise,
It's on there.
It's on there. It's controlled by the national office, so they still have last year's information up. Oops.
So we don't have a specific local page.
Not
yet.
specifically. Well, there is a specific local page, but it still has last year's
I see.
info
it's
on it
controlled
and
by the
whatnot.
national.
But yeah, if you go online, just go to marchofdimes.org and navigate through to your local area, and you can find all the information, who to contact and whatnot on there.
Wonderful. And then did you want to just repeat the pricing to go to the dinner and the details, the time and location, and how someone can get tickets?
It is $150 a person, 1,200 table of 8 at the Civic Auditorium here in downtown Stockton on Center Street. And to get tickets, you can
And it's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday the 4th, 5:30. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. And to get tickets, you can email Suzette Martin, smartin@marchofdimes.org, or give a phone call to Kelly, 209-679-2533.
All right. And any future plans for March of Dimes to add on any other fundraisers, anything like that in the works?
Yeah, we usually just keep it to the two main ones per year, the March for Babies and the Signature Chef Auction. Like I said, it's something that, everyone can focus all their time and energy into, and really make those two really, really good events.
Awesome. And you said that the March is usually in the spring.
Yeah, we're usually, late March, mid to late April. It depends on what else is going on, what weekend Easter is, all that fun stuff.
All right. And anything that either one of you wanted to add about March of Dimes or any other awesome organization?
I do. There is one thing. I want you to know, I want the community to know that working with Suzette, Kelly, Nancy, and Marissa, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be as successful as I am, because they are the ones I fall on. I don't do any paperwork. I rely on them. Those answers, those questions that you asked of us, I go to them, and they have it. It's been so awesome. Like, that's what's so wonderful, is they've only helped me be better. As a team, it makes us all better. So I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to know, March of Dimes, y'all rock.
All right. And Lee, anything that you wanted to add?
We have a great support staff, and all of us on the committee, we all have, lives that we have to live and jobs we have and other commitments, and the support staff really helps us out, and, to guide us and give us the support that we need to make both these events extremely successful.
Awesome. Well, thank both of you for coming out today and just really showcasing March of Dimes and talking about the important community work. I actually learned a lot from what both of you said. I did not realize statistically that our county in California has the highest rate of premature births, and that's just a scary statistic, and we want to do everything that we can to change that. And so I just really appreciate both of you coming out, and I'm looking forward to the event next Wednesday. The VIP event was wonderful. Had a great time. You did a phenomenal job, and I'm sure that the Chef's Signature event will be just as phenomenal. I did want to give some personal shout outs. I wanted to give a shout out to Patrice Davidson of Delta Humane Society. She and Dave Avilas did a phenomenal job yesterday with a golf tournament at Mickey Grove Links to raise money for Delta Humane. And thank you to all the people that came out to help to save the lives of animals and support our only no-kill shelter in Stockton. And I also wanted to give a shout out to All Creatures Emergency Clinic and Dr. Turner, whose continued efforts to help animals in need in our community are just amazing. And I hope all of you have a great day, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.